Hey, this is Randy Hall with news from the year 3045. Brought to you by Tachyon Technology, faster than the speed of light. Well, the day is December 5th in the year 3045, the 31st century. And the weather is somewhat bitter cold, with the exception for the dome. Those people who live in the dome have 72 degrees sunny weather, 365 and a half days a year. Lucky bastards. I have some more quotes from James Cody dealing with climate change of the 21st century. He said that, and I quote, "When we terraform a planet, we control the climate of the planet. If a planet is too hot, it's difficult for life to live there. If it's too cold, it's the same deal. It's very difficult for a large amount of life to exist. We use techniques that were developed during the 21st century. That was an interesting time. Conservatives didn't believe in science or medical research, especially government-funded science or stem cell or cloning research. A lot of it had to do with religious superstition. It's strange they would label it as socialism, yet they supported NASA," and I quote James Cody, "which was funded through socialism." NASA was funded through socialism. He went on to say, through tax dollars. For the benefit of the state, meaning, of course, all people. He went on to say, James Cody went on to say that on the other hand, there were people who knew woman and man had to learn to control their environment in which they lived if they wanted to survive. Now, as I see it, it was very simple back then. If you're going to be able to control the environment on other planets by terraforming, you have to learn how to control the climate on Earth. I mean, okay, let me stop for a minute from quoting James Cody. Think about it. If you're going to have the technical ability to terraform other planets so humans can live on, you have to learn how to control the climate in which they live. That's simple. So where else to learn how to do it than on Earth? If you can't control the climate on Earth, how are you going to do it on another planet? So they might as well go ahead and learn how to do it during the 21st century. Back then, let me get back to James Cody's quote. Back then it was a battle between those who were willing to expand their thinking and effort to include climate control and those who just hoped it would go away. It was a battle between 20th century thinking and philosophy and 21st century thinking and philosophy. A lot of people wanted to live in the past, James went on, as James said. And, well, yeah, I'm going to read the rest of it. James Cody. When there was little evidence of pollution, back during the 20th century, they wanted to live during the 20th century, back when there was little evidence of pollution, he said, human waste, and its effects on human life. Luckily, they chose to do something about climate change. If they hadn't, Earth would be a different place now. And he went on to say, James Cody went on to say, today, when terraforming, we use many different things to control the climate on the planets we're working on. He said that I don't want to say what they are because this is a business. Our competitors might steal our concepts. But I will say that there's one sure way to reduce the temperature on a planet, and that is to add carbon soot to the upper atmosphere. Interesting. Quoting James Cody. He went on to say, it reflects sunlight and thus heat away from the planet. That is what worked during the 21st century. First of all, I was quoting James Cody. I want to point out that I don't always agree with everything he says, but the man has been doing this for years. Very successful. Many humans now live on other planets now that were terraformed by him and his incorporation. So you have to at least take into consideration to what he was saying. That's it for now. I want to say that if you like my videos, please share them with your friends. My name is Randy Hoyle, RandyHoyle, available on YouTube.com, and also Charlie Gorilla, that's one word, spelled like it sounds, on YouTube.com. I also have a book about a black heroic being called The Ballad of Dred Scott. Which teaches that sometimes even when you lose, you can still win if you don't give up your dream. And I will leave you with a blessing. May you always have the freedom to choose the path of reason, and when reason is not, may you have the wisdom to know it. And I would like to also point out that there was a woman during the 20th century, her name was Ayn Rand, who said that those who fight for the future live in it today. Here's to a bright tomorrow. Here's to your future.